Hey, welcome back here to the Central PA Pour, and take a look around. We are not in studio, but Mr. Kevin is off to my left.
Howdy, howdy.
Yeah, we picked him up coming down the street. Go ahead.
We found Kevin.
We found.
And Mr. Dave is off to my right.
All right.
We are on location here today at a special friend of ours that we had on here a long time ago. But been a couple weeks. We are behind the 8 ball and getting some content out to you. Make sure you give us a like and share at Central PA Pour, wherever you get your social media, YouTube. You know, it helps us give us stuff out. Check us out. Kev, what's going on with you? Man, you've been traveling?
Life is good. I just came back from Vegas. No stories. Everything stays in Vegas.
Stays in Vegas. Stays in Vegas.
It happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas.
Indianapolis next week. Toronto the week after. I'm good.
Yeah. You might want to email him about some of the Elvis stories.
Elvis has left the building?
Yeah, he's been back a couple
He was in every
times.
building. It was his 90th anniversary. He was singing all over.
Yeah.
They say he's still alive. They say he's still alive.
Yeah.
Here we are, man. We're getting into February. 2025 is just rolling right along.
Yeah, it's disappearing quick.
By the end of this month, look for us on location again. We are going to be back at the Winter Brew Fest down at the Double Barrel Roadhouse. Another craft beer festival that we look forward to. We had a great time there last year. Dave, you getting on the bull this year?
No.
I will. I'm healed this year.
You're going to get on?
I'm healed.
I think he took it easy on everybody last year. So.
Yeah.
Hey, but anyways, like I said, we are at location, and this is a special content we're going to be doing. We've talked about this numerous times about doing food pairings.
Right.
We kind of had one with George Street Brewing, but we talked to this gentleman here and told him that we would be glad to come up here and pair their food with their beer. Welcome back to the Central PA Pour, Mr. Tim Wickard.
Hey, glad to be back.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Yeah, so we are sitting in Back Porch Brewing in Carlisle.
Beautiful place.
Correct?
The great downtown Carlisle, yep.
I think when we had you on before, you weren't even in this building. You were getting it prepped.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
2 years ago?
2 years as of next weekend, yes. Next weekend is our 2-year anniversary here in this location.
Wow. And then we have Ethan.
Yep,
Who is now a co-owner
that's correct.
and cook.
Yep.
And then sitting to their left, your right, is my son Ben, who is going to join us here from on occasion. So I brought him along today to help see what we're doing.
Yeah, this will be my first time on the show, and I'm excited to see what we're made of.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we're happy to do this, buddy. You and I have talked quite a bit.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we do.
talked about this idea. And we tried to do it a little earlier, but things were, business-wise, were changing.
Correct.
And you're in a good spot.
Yep.
How's things been going since you've been open?
Very well, actually. I mean, in the restaurant industry, it's really, really tough to get past those first few years, and we've come leaps and bounds. I mean, we're getting quite the reputation for our food, our beer as well. But everybody says we have the best burgers in town, and I like to say it as well. But I'm kind of partial. But
I'll leave it up to them.
yeah, just come in and try it and give us your opinion. It's just everybody has their own likes and dislikes, but our burgers are not like most restaurants. We serve an 8-ounce patty here.
Half pound?
Yep, and they're served to perfection. And the fries are very unique and very delicious. Everybody loves the fries that come with it.
Well, before we get into the food pairing, because I think that's what we have sitting here,
Yep.
and Ethan prepared it, I brought along the one I just kegged. This is my Cobblestone Road. It's an English IPA. So I brought it along just for you guys to try it and tell me what you think. It ain't quite carved yet, but cheers.
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 Very good.
Smooth. Good.
Yeah.
So I've
Not super hoppy. I like that.
Right.
Yeah, a little sweet. on it.
English style IPA is going to be a little bit subtle compared to the hops that we're used to as an American IPA. More earthy notes about it. A lot of sweetness in the malt, so that's kind of.
Yeah, it's definitely there. Yeah.
I'm sticking a lot of ink to a lot of English styles, and we brewed this one last year, and it came out well. So it's 7.2. Done with the hops are Fungal and East Kent.
You trying to get us drunk and take advantage of us or something on the air?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's what you did with you. You poured me a winter ale. So I thought I'd bring mine along since I just kegged it. It needs another day or two of sitting on carb yet. But
Yeah. But it's very good. Well
Yeah,
done.
very smooth, very flavorful.
I'd look for a collab sometime.
We're open to that.
There you go.
Bring the cameras. You can record the whole day.
We've done that.
We've done that a couple of times.
We've done that.
It's fun.
It's a fun day.
It is a fun day.
Yeah.
We're
It
just
is
this
really.
far away. We might need a hotel to stay.
Yeah.
There's plenty around here.
So that's the thing. I mean, you're in downtown Carlisle. There is kind of like downtown York. You have other people. I mean, right next door is Hook and Flask. Molly Pitcher's not far away. Desperate Times. But there's a lot of things right downtown Carlisle. So,
Yeah.
what do you do special to try and bring them in your door?
I tell you, it's hard. It's the hardest thing that I have to do here. You know, brewing beer is a piece of cake in comparison to get
To
people
running a
through that
business.
front door. You know, it's very competitive. I mean, I'm fighting with two of the best breweries in in the area. You know, and it's hard to compete with that talent. But you know, we do things a lot different than they do. I mean, we have weekly entertainment. Pretty much every night of the week, we have something going on here for the audience. It works. I mean, I can definitely, show you the numbers that, bringing entertainment in definitely helps to bring the crowd in.
It's not cheap. Yeah, but yeah, you
it's
got to
definitely not
entertain them to
cheap.
get them in the door.
Yeah.
But since we've been here, things have changed a little bit because the last time you had a different partner that you had started with, and now Mr. Ethan is into the fold.
Yes. Yep.
You want to elaborate on that? How did this all come about, or?
Well, Ethan's always been a part of us. He started this with us, and when we first began, and he was crucial to the kitchen because me myself, I've never been in the restaurant industry ever. I worked at McDonald's when I was 15. I mean, but that's a far cry from what this is, So
It's a far cry from a restaurant.
yeah,
It's just as expensive now as
Yeah.
going to a restaurant.
Exactly.
we relied a lot on Ethan, for his advice and expertise in the industry, and from everything for how many tables and chairs to get to what equipment to buy and how to set the kitchen up. So he's been a huge asset, and it was well deserved for him to be part of the company after all that he's put into this.
Well, that's good.
Well done. Looks
Well
good.
done, Ethan.
So speaking of that, we got a little bit of a food pairing that we got to sit here. So tell us what we're going to be. What did you guys select to pair with your and the beer? So what
I'll
are we
let the
going to
master take care of that.
and tell,
He's got
and tell
the
us
taste
a little
buds.
bit why you thought the beer that you wanted to go with this would be good.
Yeah,
Because
so-
the idea behind this is to bring people in here. If they come in here and they order either the beer or the food, the bartender asks them, "What do you want?" Now they
Yeah.
know.
So the first one is just our Back Porch Burger, like Tim said. It's an 8-ounce patty. Comes with cheddar cheese and our house cured and smoked bacon. Decided to pair that with our Infringement Lager, lager and burgers.
Which I like the
Perfect combo.
infringement.
Yes.
So hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah,
So-
you should be able to see a picture of the burger up there, or mix.
We're gonna put it right over your face.
right over my face. We're gonna show you a picture of the burger.
All right, so we're gonna try the Back Porch Burger, which is cooked to perfection.
Yeah.
Nice and
See,
pink
yes, I love the redness coming
with
out
the
of it.
infringement. Where the hell is your guys' food? You're not
You
doing it
guys
with
have-
us?
No.
Oh,
I
All
eat
for
it
you.
every day. Can't you tell?
What the fuck?
Oh, that looks good.
Oh my God, that's tasty.
very flavorful, enjoyable.
That is very tasty. Wow. Well, we'll try with the lager. Here, take a napkin. Wow.
That's pretty good.
I think that pairs very good. So how did you come to that decision?
I just thought what
You just did a wing it?
No, I just thought
Oh,
what
wing it.
flavor profiles are going to work, and I've tried all the beers here, so figured it would go well with the burger.
It does. I
Charred.
mean, the smoothness and maltiness of the lager is very subtle.
And with that char and that cheddar cheese. it
Yeah,
just
that's what I'm
works.
thinking.
Yeah.
Well, that with the onion
When's you
flavor
bringing him into brewing?
helps
Holy
with that.
shit.
He already helps brew.
Does he?
That winter ale was my first one that truly helped from start to finish with them.
Yeah.
So that I would definitely recommend. I mean, the infringement lager with that, because
Yes.
I think it definitely settles out some of the fried onion in
Yes.
there,
That's smooth. That's
and
perfect.
that char of the burger goes really good. That's awesome.
You like it, Dave?
That is a good burger. And I'm not just saying that because I eat a lot of, well, I used to eat more, but I eat a lot of burgers, and I just love it when the burger has flavor.
Does your
You do
grill
not-
tell you when it's done?
My grill?
Yeah, does
Oh.
it tell you when it's done?
That's an inside joke.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
That's okay.
Yes, I did.
But anyway, what I like about it is you don't have to add anything to it.
No,
Right.
you really don't.
Yeah.
That's because a lot of times I'll go to a restaurant and I'll eat a burger, and it says, "Oh, this needs,
Yep.
this needs,"
Yeah.
and next thing you know, it's not the flavor of the burger. You're just eating the flavor of the spices. That is good.
We were just at a restaurant in Vegas. I won't name the place, but the steak was $169.
What?
And the lady comes out with all these toppings, and I said, I'll just take mushrooms, because if your steak's not good enough, I gotta tell you, the steak wasn't good for that much money.
Did it come out in a briefcase? You know, gold, all that?
$169. She better came with the steak.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't mind
And she
paying.
better have been hot.
And it's, and it's one of those little, you know, 3-ounce little round ball things, and it's like,
I mean, I do not mind paying for food, pricey wise. I don't think of the cost. Especially when we're coming to a place like yours, craft brew place, it's going to be a little bit pricier because your costs are more.
But we're actually not. We are actually not.
And I don't mind paying it because there's a couple reasons. I'm supporting a local business owner, an entrepreneur. B, if the food quality is good, unlike McDonald's, we're paying what, $10, $12 for their freaking their Big Mac nowadays. I don't mind paying for the extra money. I don't even think twice, about it.
Well, we are very, very competitive. We constantly keep track of pricing, and we try to keep our prices as low as we can. Food costs have risen tremendously in the 2 years that we've been open, but we try and keep it down, and I can tell you we are cheaper than Red Robin. And our burgers are much better.
Yes, they are. Yes,
And
they are.
a lot of people have issues with red meat and the temperatures. People order medium rare, medium well, what have you. We temp every burger when it comes off the grill, and it is literally cooked to perfection.
I'm going to
to
say
the
that
exact
burger
temperature.
was cooked to
Yeah.
perfection, just the way I like it. Nice and pink inside. I don't like a briquette. So Ethan, tell us a little bit about where your culinary skills came from.
So I did VOTech in high school at Cumberland Perry, and then went to Hack for their culinary program. Did a class over in Italy for a little bit, and then just came back here and started cooking. I've been doing this professionally for about 15 years now. So started cafes and other
Found a
bars.
home?
Yeah, definitely.
How long were you in Italy?
Just a couple weeks. We went
Oh,
over
okay.
there. We did, the usual sightseeing over in Rome, and then our classes were in Florence. So, and that was cool. They had the old world kitchen where everything was wood fired, and you made gnocchi by hand, all that. Then you went to the other building, and everything's stainless steel, and the induction burners, and it was definitely eye opening.
That's nice.
So when we come back and do a follow-up food pairing, we'll have some wood-fired,
Let's say, well,
wood-fired
have some
like
of that
steaks and
palate
pizza.
food.
Yeah.
Well, if somebody would have designed the kitchen properly, we could have a little more room to do stuff
Listen,
like
he's
that.
been
but-
bugging me for the pizzas, and you got the flatbreads, didn't you? So,
They make them tabletop things now, right? To do
The-
flatbreads?
Yeah,
I'm still working him on a steak night.
not gonna happen.
Did you ever? I think did we talk? Did you ever put a smoker out back or not?
Yeah, so the bacon and the pulled pork that we're gonna try later. That's
Yeah.
all
Speaking
done.
of, talk about it. You wanted us to talk. You talk about it.
You said there was some bacon on top of that burger.
Yeah, the bacon that we,
Oh, yeah.
we cure and smoke in house. The pulled pork, that's all done right out back.
Yeah,
So
it's good. That's delicious.
And the beer does match.
That does. That lager does go very well with the
matches
burger.
Really well.
You know, I'm too ashamed to tell them about our last pairing. The one that you bought at a local store.
Oh,
So I'll bring it up. We had Lou Bryson on. You know who Lou Bryson is? So he's done some of the What's Brewing TV show. He's also a podcaster and author of this.
Yeah, he's written a couple of books on different bourbons and things like that.
So we had him on, and I watched the last episode of 24. Was it 24? 23. That him and Glenn McEnroe did a food pairing with fast food, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King.
Oh my!
I watched it, so I knew he was going to be a guest on the show. So I came home that night. We were doing it remotely. I stopped at Burger King. I bought some Whopper Juniors, and I had an ESB because that's what they paired it with on the show. Was what the hell is it? Conshohocken Brewing. That's who their sponsor is. They did it with their ESB, their Peddler's Row. And I thought he was going to spit his beer out because he had no clue I was doing this. I pulled out my little Burger King Crown, told him what we were going to do, and he was just taking a drink, and he spit it out. And I'll be goddamn, what he described on the TV show about the caramelization of the onions pairing well with that ESB, it was spot on.
It was.
And this is kind of the idea behind this. And like you were saying, I think the char of that burger and that, did you grill the onions too?
no, the onions are raw.
Even the onions, it all pairs well
It is.
into the burger, and it blends well with that beer really accentuates the flavor of it. So if you do come to Back Porch and you order this Back Porch Burger, which I highly recommend, order a lager,
Yeah.
order a flight.
Yeah.
So we did joke with George Street Brewing.
yeah.
It's like you could come up with a flight of beer and a flight of food, but it would be hell on you in the kitchen. You come up with quarter portions. So tell us about the French fries. You said they're unique.
Yep. So they're a flat fry, almost like
I see that.
like a steak fry that's been smashed. They stay crispy longer. Fortunately, they don't hold heat well, but we get food out quick, so it's not really an issue for us.
How did you come up with that idea?
Honestly, I went to my supplier, said I want something different, something unique, and she sampled me 4 or 5 different products, and I landed on this one. So, yeah, it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
A lot of people love the fries.
They got good flavor. They're very good flavor. They're not bland.
Yep.
We had the manufacturer ran out of them one time, and we didn't have enough for the
Yeah, for
weekend.
about a week, we
so
didn't
we
have
bought regular square fries, and I mean to tell you, our customers went crazy. They were so mad. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I had to answer so many questions about the fries. I'm like, calm down. No, we're gonna get it back. Don't worry.
So Tim, since we've had you on, you now have your brick and mortar. You've been open. What has been going on? I mean, have you been doing a lot of brewing yourself? You coming up with new recipes?
Yes, we've come up with several recipes. I mean, we did our first pumpkin beer, our pumpkin ale. We did the winter ale. So many people come into our craft brewery and ask for a Miller Lite, and it absolutely drives me crazy.
Speaking of that, what are you going to give them? What are you going to tell them what you have? The Infringement Lager is close, but it might be a little heavier than a Miller Lite because that's a Pilsner.
Well, we fixed the problem. We actually cloned a Miller Lite.
Oh, okay. I think you and I talked about that. You
Yes.
were working on that.
So we have a light beer. It is 4.3% ABV, and it's $4 a pint every day, all day.
All day.
Yep.
And what's it called?
It sells like crazy.
What's it called?
We call it Porch Lights with an S.
Porch lights.
Now, most of your beers, I see you've got some cans in front of you, or you can get to go, correct?
Correct. If we don't have it canned, we can sell it in a crowler.
So, because I'll be honest, every time I've been here, I come home with at least 8. I think the last time, thank goodness it was cold, my fridge was full, I couldn't put them in.
And we actually just did our first NA beer. So we now have
That's
a
cool. Tell us a little bit about the
NA
I was
beer.
just going to add. Okay, go ahead.
It brewed a lot of beer, and I mean to tell you,
Definitely a test.
an NA beer is the absolute most difficult beer on the planet to make.
I was gonna say, how?
Um,
Explain a little bit, because I've been thinking about. I'm starting to see it in this craft beer industry. The non-alcoholic stuff or low ABV is really coming popular for the industry. It's,
Correct.
I think it's going to be the next trend. So, and I'm sitting here like, as what little part I know about brewing. How the hell are you getting the alcohol out of it?
Well, there's a special yeast that you have to use it only ferments certain sugars. So you have to plan your grain bill with grains that don't produce a lot of sugar, for one, and then that combination with the yeast, it just ferments in like 3 days, and it's done,
very quick.
and you have a beer. However, the downfall of that is if you get too much sugar in it, then you end up drinking a bowl of cereal, and nobody wants that. Or it ends up tasting like hop water.
First off, it's a non-alcoholic light beer, so it's going to taste like shit. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'll be honest.
It doesn't. Ours is not hateful. It's definitely not my most prized beer that I've
But
ever
it's
brewed.
something you need to offer to your customer base.
Exactly, and it sells pretty good. I mean, we've been selling it, so it works. And the federal law is it has to be less than 0.5% ABV to be considered an NA beer, and ours is at 0.21.
And I mean, I've seen that, and I know it's coming. It's going to be a fad that's here.
Yep.
You're going to start seeing it creep into breweries, because if you come here with some of your friends, somebody's got to be the DD.
Yeah.
I'll be the dumbass say, I can still drive. We're good. My wife was pissed the other week because she's like, you're slurring your words. I said, I'm absolutely fine. She goes, could you pass a DUI test? I'm like, absolutely not. One beer, you can't pass that test.
Yeah,
It's tough, yeah.
So guess what? I had to pull over and let her drive.
Good choice.
I had heard that
We'd have got home quicker.
had a little mouthwash even will set that off.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So Ethan, what got you into, is this something you wanted to do when you were in high school? You said you went to like a VOTEC for this?
Yeah. So my uncle was real big into cooking and stuff, and when he came back from his deployments, he got me into cooking and just decided that's what I was going to do. So tried it in the VOTEC and really liked it, so kind of followed it.
So did you come up with these, with the recipes and the food menu here?
Everything's my creation. Some of it's carried over from other restaurants I've picked up along the way, tweaked to how I liked it or what works best for this space. But
And you did say you were helping brew. Is this something that is an interest to you, or did Tim say you're going to need to learn this because I'm out of here soon?
No, when they first called me they called me up and asked if I wanted to open up their kitchen. I said, yeah, we'll talk about it. So came in, met them. And with COVID, I had gotten out of the restaurant industry and wasn't quite sure if I wanted to get back into it. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I'll do this, but one stipulation is I want to learn how to brew. And he said, sure. So, and that's where we are.
So was that winter ale, that your recipe, Tim, and he just kind of helped, or was that he had some input on that?
He had a good bit of input on that. I mean, I put the grain bill and stuff together, but as far as the spices go and the best profile,
I think that his culinary experience will go good with brewing.
Yeah. Right.
He'll be able to tell like this will match good, like we just did the burger and the infringement. I mean, he got a knack.
Yes, he does. It's a good one.
But you also have some other staff here that do some other side work as well, because I think when I was up here last, one of your bartenders and her husband.
Yep. Caitlin and Zach Gump, they started their own a ginger beer company. So they make all ginger beer. They have several different flavors. We did a collab with them, and we have one of theirs here on tap at all times, and it's a big hit. A lot of people love the ginger beer, and so they did a strawberry rhubarb and all kind of different flavors. So Caitlin is a very, very good brewer, as well as Zach. Caitlin, for Women's Appreciation Month last summer, Caitlin put together a sour recipe, and that was our first sour. And
I think
all
that's
the
what
girls,
I had when I was up here last, was the sour.
Porchberry sour.
and all the girls' staff went together. They came in on a Saturday and brewed it
That's
themselves. We were just here to guide them. You got to do this, you got to do that, whatever. But she put the recipes together, and they're big hits here. Both of them, the sour and the ginger beer.
That takes the word work out of work. When you do something like that, everybody's together and enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So speaking of your brewing thing, you've since upgraded since you opened up, correct?
Yes. Yeah, we started here with a 1-barrel system, and it took us one weekend to realize that it wasn't going to work.
And that was that Ice Fest?
Ice Fest. Yep. We opened up on Ice Fest weekend, the absolute biggest alcohol sales day of the year here in downtown Carlisle. And we started with 65 sixtels of beer in the cooler, thinking that we would be good. We finished the weekend and had 10 left.
Barely survived it.
Yeah, we sold over 800 pints of beer on each day of Ice Fest. They absolutely crushed us. So
I hope they do the same.
and so the trend continued. I mean, people were just coming in and just drinking, and we had half our taps were guest taps for probably 4 to 5 months
To get caught up.
till we could get caught up, until we got the new brewing system brought in. And we opened in February, first weekend of February, and we got our new brew house in August of 23. So we've been brewing on the new brew house ever since. And
It's awesome.
we're in a little downturn right now because it's January.
Ice Fest is coming.
Yep. But even prior, just normal, it was all we could do to keep up with a 3.5 barrel system. I mean, our lager, our Creekwater, we pretty much have to brew another one as soon as that one's kegged. There are our big sellers here, and we got it's only a 3.5 barrel system, so it only goes so far.
Does the peanut butter Heffy still sell?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, 'cause that was what we had the first time we had you on. That was your
Yep.
that was
a big
one
hit.
of your OGs.
Yep.
It's good. I remember.
I actually entered that into the World Beer Cup competition.
How'd that do?
They didn't have to do it yet. It's
So
I
you
think
entered
in
it
May.
for this year?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's this May is when they have that.
Well, I hope that wins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope
That'd
you
be
get some
nice.
recognition of it.
that would be nice. That'd
Would
be
be
a nice
nice.
plaque to hang on the wall.
So did you do anything at the farm show? Because that was just a couple weeks ago.
I've been so busy, doing all the, behind the scenes stuff here, and I still work a full-time job on top of this. It just dawned on me. I'm like, oh shoot, farm show's coming up. I want to get in that. So I looked it up, and they literally closed the day before I looked it up.
Well,
So I couldn't
it
get
sounds
registered.
like you need to start delegating to the person to your left.
I did.
Also, he dropped the ball.
No, he didn't drop the ball, but Ethan manages pretty much the whole restaurant now. I do all the back end stuff, the accounting, the book work, and all the brewing. So that took a lot off my plate, but that was all after I realized I was too late for the farm show.
Well, we looked at going to the farm show. I think it was like a couple $100 just to get a spot up there for us to come do some recording. We're like, this is a not-for-profit business.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know if I had quite the right lead or not, but she sent me an email with these prices of like a 5x5 booth, and it was like, whoa. And we weren't even guaranteed to be in with the other couple of brewers at the time.
Yeah.
So
Well,
probably a face-to-face would have been a better experience.
Yeah.
we may have to look into that next year. We'll put Dave on that. We'll delegate that to Dave, because he's retired.
Oh, yeah, I have
You
nothing,
got all
Hey,
the
he's
time
got
in the
plenty
world.
of stuff.
yeah, nothing to do.
But we got more food here, and it's getting cold. So, Ethan, tell us what your next pairing and food is going to be.
So this next one is the our pulled pork, again smoked out back here, and so it's the pulled pork, barbecue sauce, and some jalapenos on it. And just we found that the caramelization from the pulled pork, the sweetness from the barbecue, you need an acid or something. So we threw that jalapeno on there, and with the acid, the spiciness that just really cuts through everything and brings balance to it. And then we paired that with the Bessie's blonde ale, which is just very crisp, clean. Again, just kind of cleanses everything out.
And you can get most of these beers here on site to go. All right, so the pulled pork, you said it does have jalapeno in it,
Yep.
So this is going to have some of a kick.
on a stick.
Jalapeno on his teeth. And you'll notice, Brett, I poured us each a beer this time because I didn't want to get yelled at again.
Well, you should have some fucking food in front of you, too.
Nah, we eat this food all the time.
That had good flavor.
It's delicious.
Really can't taste the jalapeno.
Blonde ale kind of does mellow that, a little bit of that smoky pork.
Yep.
I'm not getting a lot of the spice from jalapeno yet. I think maybe the Creekwater might go well with that too. What do you think?
Creekwater's for the flatbread, and that has some kick to it with the
Okay.
porch sauce.
The pork is, I don't know what's my favorite so far, the burger or the pork.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the pork is a good seller. That goes on our loaded fries, loaded pretzel sticks, our pulled pork nachos. It's a big seller.
I'm kind of jealous because I'm not capable of pairing these things together, you know. Everything to me, I'll grab me a stout. This is good.
Like I said, I will pair it. I don't care what beer it is. I'm drinking beer. I don't care what goes with it. When we try and do this, we're trying to listen to what you're telling us, like the preparation that went into the food, and as a brewer, what went into that, so you guys will have a back end story of what flavor profiles will match together well. We do it with wine and bourbon,
Yep.
Yeah, I was getting ready to bring that up too.
you know, wine, cheese.
Meats and
Right.
wine.
I don't know, that it does. It mellows it out a little bit. Maybe it's the smoky barbecue that's on there.
Yep.
That blonde ale is just kind of like smoothing it out.
I really like the pulled pork. It's very, very tasty, and I do have I do taste the jalapeno, and
I do too. I think it's a good blend.
I'm more partial to the hamburger lager
Yep.
pairing that I had, the last one, than to this. Although this is good, the pulled pork is pretty good. I've had pulled pork in a lot of restaurants, but sometimes it's almost like it's just they shave beef with ketchup on it,
Yeah.
and they call that pulled pork. But this is very tasty.
Yeah, it's very.
That's what I fucking serve.
Pardon?
Pulled pork with ketchup. That's what you're gonna get in my house.
That's why I don't eat over at your house.
Oh shit!
Actually, I take that back. I do eat over at his house.
Tell us a little bit about the onion ring, because I just ate a little bit of one. Holy smokes!
Yeah. So I like, I don't like going to restaurants and getting onion rings, and they're the battered onion rings are real smooth. You know, you take one bite, the whole onion ring pulls out of it. So something with a little bit more texture to it. We went with the breaded onion ring, and then that on your plates too is a little bit of our horseradish sauce that goes well with it.
I'll tell you what.
Which Ethan makes by scratch here, by the way.
Yeah, most of our sauces are all made in house here too as well.
I'm not a fan of onion rings or horseradish, but these two, and with the blonde ale, it's a very good combination, especially with all of this together.
I do.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if I could pick one that I like better than the other.
It's all good. my wife would come in here because she's an onion ring freak, and she does like, we go to Red Robin once in a while because she wants that onion ring stack.
Yeah.
But we go to a place and they list onion rings. What batter? Is it crunchy or the smooth type? She
Yeah, it's
likes the
crunchy.
smooth type batter.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's the texture of the crunchiness of the batter. When I bring her back up here, Tim, we'll convince her to order the onion rings.
We'll convert her.
Because we're up here quite a bit because she's from Carlisle. This is her, and her friends still live here. So I've actually called Tim in some favors. Hey Tim, we're all coming in. Can you get us a table up front? And Tim obliges. It's good to know people.
Yeah, it certainly does. Nice to have connections.
And he's probably on the phone like, that motherfucker. What the hell?
Bread again?
Yeah. This the food is delicious here. I preferred the pairing of the ale, and it's
It's good.
to the onion ring is really
I thought-
complimentary to the onion ring. I like that.
Yep.
I would pair the pulled pork to the lager myself, but that's just me. Don't stop. Anyway, I have to stop him because
Why?
he's always thinking.
I am thinking.
See the wheels
But,
turning.
but anyway, like I was saying, I think that the onion ring pairs very well with this.
It's awesome.
And that could be a meal itself, just the onion rings in the beer. Very good.
I don't think there's a beer that Tim's made that I haven't had yet.
Well, you haven't had the porch lights yet. You haven't had the.
Well,
NAB
okay,
yet.
all right, I will correct myself. There'll be a beer I will not drink. I may have to try it, but usually when I come in, it's usually a flight or, all right, if I'm only here for one or two, then I know my favorites I'm going to get, or I'll tell Tim, just pour me what you think. So, I'm glad to see, since we met with you the first time around, you guys were still not open. You guys were just now getting the property, still brewing on the back porch.
Yeah.
And
That's a good name for
what?
a beer establishment, Back Porch. I like that.
Yeah.
You
I
got
remember
some-
the first time I saw it. I was actually next door in Hook and Flask when my wife and I were here for our birthday weekend. And they had I forget what it was. It was one of your other ones.
Lager.
It might have been.
Yep.
Back porch. I'm like, what the hell is that? Let me try that. So they said, well, it's a brewery. It's coming. I'm like, it's going to go right next door. When I think I was waiting. And I finally got you guys to come on the show. Got to meet you, to know you guys. And we are happy to see from what the first time we had you on 2 years ago, over 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was
To
probably
see what you
3
guys have
years ago.
done. I mean, I watched the progress of what you did to this building. A lot of work went into this building.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
You want to elaborate a little bit? Because I think you did have to postpone your opening, did you not?
We never really set an opening date because we knew we were having issues. So we didn't really want to set ourselves up for something unachievable. I won't mention any specific names, but the code agency that come here is just out of control, ridiculous. They're not interpreting the codes properly, making it very, very difficult to get a new building up and running in this town. I mean, you cannot expect, this building was built in 1878, and you cannot expect to bring a building in from 1878 up to 2020 codes. It just, you can't do it. And it's virtually impossible. I shouldn't say you can't because we had to.
Yeah.
They made us, and it was very, very difficult. Our biggest problem was the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because there's apartments above us, there had to be a 2-hour fire separation. But again, the code says for historical buildings, you don't have to meet the code, but you have to work towards meeting the code. So we found a 1-hour fire rated ceiling and a sprinkler system, which equated to an hour and 20 minutes, and they would not accept it. So
We can
ended
just
it-
say, hey, we sent them a text 2 hours ago. They ain't out of the building yet. It's their fucking fault.
That's kind of where I'm thinking, but you know. So long story short, we got him to approve the 1 hour sealing with painting it with a 1 hour intumescent paint.
Yep.
So our sealing in here cost almost $80,000
Wow.
just for the sealing.
And that's one thing people don't realize. If you're just a home brewer and you got aspirations to opening your own business and you want to go brick and mortar, there's a lot behind the scenes
There
that goes
absolutely
into
is.
it.
There
It ain't just like
absolutely
we'll
is.
find a spot and go in there and start brewing and open up.
Yep.
It-
You know, so yeah, anybody that's interested in doing that, I would say,
Come talk to Tim.
oh, yeah, you can talk to me. You could, but at minimum, get with an engineer, get with the code people in your town before you take the plunge, because
Would it have been cheaper to buy your own place? I mean,
Absolutely.
Build your own?
absolutely would have been.
What was this building?
It was a bookstore.
But what, when it was, so in 1870s, what was it originally?
Oh, I don't know back that far, but I know in the early 1900s this was an automotive dealership. It's really cool history. There's a ramp in the back of the building that goes up to the second floor where they used to drive the cars up, and they had cars on the second floor up here.
So
Yeah.
the wood flooring, is that new or is that some of this original wood flooring?
The wood flooring up front is absolutely original from 1878. Wow. You know, there was 3 layers of flooring on top of that, and we had stripped it all down to the floor. We spent 38 hours sanding the front floor to get it suitable to
Oh, it's
put
beautiful.
urethane
And you
on.
got the windows that you guys put in open up for the summertime.
Yep. That whole front corner opens up to the outside.
And with your live music, because that's where the stage is at.
Yep.
So you open up the windows, you got live music playing or a DJ or whatever, and you got music blaring out in the street, and you got people coming by. Oh, let's go in there.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
the
you
thought
want.
process. Yeah.
That's what you want.
That's the thought process behind it, but it works. It does work. It draws people in.
So what kind of entertainment? Do you guys plan out your entertainment for the year? Or is it a month by month basis or?
If you want the better musicians, they book up 6 months, 8 months in advance. So, you know, we try to stay booked for 6 months solid, and then every month I'll try and add another month to it, you know. But we're booked up pretty heavy. I have people emailing me every day wanting to play here, and there's not enough days in the year to accommodate all the musicians that want to play here.
Yeah.
And it's so expensive too. It's
Well, the better bands are going to be.
Yeah.
They're going to draw more people, but they're also
They also
going
cost
to
more.
cost more money.
yeah.
And you don't charge a cover charge,
No.
so you're hoping the sales that evening help
Yeah.
provide enough
And-
revenue to cover that, plus give you some net profit at the end of the day.
Correct. And if I'm being completely honest, it happens a lot less than it does the other way. There's more times where we actually lose money having entertainment than we make money on it. So a lot of people don't realize it, but in 2023 we spent couple thousand dollars on entertainment. You know, that's a huge
It's a huge
amount of
budget
money.
line.
You know, so you have to have a lot of sales to cover those costs.
Well, rule 3.
Yeah.
Basically, a rule 3 for a business owner. You need to cover your costs, your staff, and the rest should be going towards profit.
Correct.
So just think, just rule 3, you would need to generate $210,000 in revenue to make that a profitable
Yep.
sale. Because how many people do you employ?
We're at 11.
12, yeah. 11, 12.
Mostly part-time?
Yeah. Yeah. The 2 in the kitchen are full time, and we have a full time bartender, and then everyone else is
Part-time
part-time.
servers. Yeah.
So what do you see for the future? Both of these. What's your future plans? You got anything planned differently to move it forward after you get past the second year here?
We want to grow, but so many breweries have grown fast and then failed, and I don't want that, obviously. We're still paying a lot of debt off for the build out, so there's definitely not going to be anything happen until that gets knocked out. I'm not the type to just keep borrowing money. And,
Yeah, you don't borrow to go keep going in debt.
yeah,
right?
and so when we get the debt paid off in a few years, then we'll look at maybe opening another establishment. I would not be opposed to putting our beer into another restaurant. So any restaurant owners out there that want to have beer, I have a license available. Hit us up.
Speaking of, you brought that up. If you want to put your beer on tap in another in a restaurant, that's a whole separate license than what you currently have.
If they don't
or is that
have-
part of your license?
Yeah.
If they don't have a liquor license there, okay, I have 3 available licenses under our license. So this is one, and I have 2 other licenses that I can use either for storage of beer, which I'm gonna have to do. We're thinking about renting the garage behind us to store grains and give us a little more room in here. And then I'll have a 3rd one that I could put in any restaurant. You know, you got to go through all the legal channels with the liquor control board and all that blah blah stuff, but you know, it can be done.
So nothing locally right now has your beer on tap other than here.
No.
Okay. Because of that rule.
Well, no, not because of that rule. Just the people in this town are very picky. We're competition, so they won't put our beer on tap. You know, we've tried, and again, I don't have the time really to go out and sell beer, you know, to different places. You know, I work my full-time job till 5 o'clock, and then I'm here, you know, and I'm usually needed here. So there's just no time to be a salesman.
No.
You know,
And I'll be honest, working in my business, my business coach is really on me about working on the business, not in the business. It's a struggle. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
It is. It absolutely is. But I would definitely love to get our beers into some restaurants, maybe like Mechanicsburg area, Camp Hill. We do have cans in most of the distributors around here. Stan's Beverage, Beverage Express. We just landed Newport Beverage in Newport, and we have some in Mount Holly Beverage as well.
I was going to ask because distribution-wise, I mean, that's another avenue that you'd have to explore to get your product out there.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. So.
All right, so we got another piece of food sitting here and another beer. That is getting cold. All right, Ethan, tell us a little bit about what we got going
So
on.
for what, 6 months you bugged me for pizzas, flatbreads, whatever. Kept saying
I'm a
no,
pizza
no.
addict. I love pizza.
So finally, you know, me and my other chef from the kitchen, we came up with 2 different flatbreads. The one you guys have is our chicken flatbread, diced chicken, onions, mozzarella cheese, and our porch sauce that I made just for this. And that sauce, I mean, it ended up being such a big hit. We're going through gallons of it a week. It's great on wings, great as just to dip fries in, onion rings in.
And what beer are you pairing this one with?
So that beer is probably my favorite, the Creekwater. Like I said, the sauce is a little on the spicy side, but I think the IPA goes really well with it.
All right.
And it's my favorite, so.
Can we get it? There you go. Try it out. Oh, that's got a good flavor.
I'll tell you already, it's good texture too.
Not over spicy, just enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think you made a good choice, Ethan. Creekwater definitely pairs better with a little bit of a kick
Yep.
to that compared to what I'd said with the pork.
Yep.
But it could have worked with the pork as well.
Like I said, I mean, the Creekwater's my favorite. I pair it with everything.
Yeah.
So.
Like me, I don't care. Beer.
Yeah.
I don't give me a good stout barrel aged. I'll drink
Ethan
it.
pairs that with his Cheerios in the morning for breakfast.
Right on
Milk, who
top.
needs milk?
No, this is very flavorful because most of the time when you come in, you're looking for a flatbread. They're usually doing a buffalo chicken
Yep.
flatbread.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we wanted to do something a little bit different. And
Yeah, I think
this
you hit
was
the
it.
nail on the head because
Yeah.
this, whatever that you call that your pork sauce,
Yep.
that has got very good flavor, and whatever else is in there, the chicken, There's some mushrooms in there too.
Chicken, onion, and cheese. That's it. Kept it simple. Nice that a lot of people. That pork sauce is really good on wings. And there's some good
I don't
wings in
taste
there.
that wood-fired brick oven now.
It's still better than Papa John's.
So, tell us about your latest pizza experience that you're talking about off air.
Oh
You don't
my!
have to mention anything.
Went to a brick oven pizza place, and very, very, very disappointed. I love brick oven pizzas; they're fantastic, but this place was a big disappointment.
Would you say you could your Chef Boyardee
Yeah.
box could have made a better pizza?
Yep, that's what I said, and I mean it. I probably could have.
This is very good. I haven't had a bad bite in beer yet. What about you? Do you forget?
He's been quiet, so.
I was going to say, he's been quiet this whole time.
Meeting. Actually, this is very, very good. I think that this is a good pairing also, because I am trying to stay concentrated on the flavors that I get from the beer with the food, and that's what's going to make the customer happy is the fact that they have a good beer with their food.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, and a lot of times I have done my own pairings, and I've had beer that like Bret had said, a good stout, a good porter, a good barrel age, but I found out that you can't pair that with everything.
Why not?
Who said why?
I did.
Well,
You can do everything. It might not taste good, but
you could drink it with it, yes.
yeah.
Hang on, I've never been invited to these tastings.
I know. Anyway,
Hey, you don't have a driver's license right now.
gee, just
Had to rub that in there, didn't you?
wow. How did the bottom of that bus look like? I mean,
Looked like his dad running over him.
but anyway, what I was trying to say is a lot of times I'll grab a porter or I'll grab a stout and have it with something I'm eating, and it's just no, it ain't. It doesn't do it. I mean, I love to sit down and watch a game or a movie or something with a good stout or a good porter, but not every beer matches every food, and you just can't say just stick a beer with the food. Now this is a good pairing. I like this. It's a good lighter beer with this flatbread, and I think this is a winner.
And it's an IPA, and you like it. You
I
did
do.
good if he likes IPA.
I wasn't going to mention the fact that I don't like IPAs, but I mean, since you,
I didn't say you did not, but I'm just saying he did good. You liked the IPA.
I enjoyed the IPA, yes. And out of all the IPAs that I've been doing with this podcast, I don't like them all. And I'll tell you, there was a couple of them I just couldn't finish the glass. You know, I've taken a sip out of it, and I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to say I don't like this, and I'll put it back down. But your IPAs, I could drink them.
A lot of the IPAs are just over hopped and just
Yes.
too much going on.
Yeah, there's too
you
much
know?
going on,
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you try to keep it simple. And
Yep.
It's like I think that dry hopping is a fad.
What's the other one you do? Is it something Bessie or
The other IPA,
yeah?
never again.
Or you bish.
All right.
Or Yabish is a double IPA, and then our Double Passion is a double IPA as well.
Well, that was the one I had. I think I've had that one a couple times.
Yeah,
But what didn't you have something? There was a lady's name in it.
yeah. Bessie's Best Blonde. You
That's
have
what
it.
you had with the pulled
So that's the blonde ale. Okay, I kept thinking it was an IPA name.
No.
Okay. This is good. I mean, that is an awesome pairing. I think, Ethan, your culinary expertise and your background, exquisite. The food has been so great. The burger was. Next time we come up here, I'm going to tell the wife, try the burger because it's fucking phenomenal
with onion rings.
with the onion rings.
The onion rings.
And we'll have Tim come out and talk to her and say, you gotta try the onion rings. And, all right, then I'll drink the beer because she won't drink the beer.
I'm with Dave though. I'm the same way. I don't care for the IPAs, but this was.
You
a damn
like
good-
some IPAs.
Yeah, I'm getting better
IPAs.
at it, but
Sometimes I'm shocked when I look at you and you say, well, that was good. It was a freaking West Coast triple hop, dry hop. And
my traveling's have got me-
tastes like a freaking, you're chewing on a grass cud. And
Yep.
Kevin's like, oh, I like that one. But yeah, we get a subtle one, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, there are some IPAs that just absolutely are just terrible. I mean, and
It's good. That's a
And-
very smooth one.
yeah, it's almost like they're trying to hide something
Yeah.
with all the hopping put into it and saying, oh, it's a good West Coast dry hopped IPA. No, it isn't. It's just a beer that just tastes nasty. I'm sorry. No,
I think when we first started out, everything was West Coast IPA. And I think in the beginning, when we started out, everybody was throwing that powder stuff in there. I don't know.
yeah, it was
And it was,
That
it
was
was just
fantastic.
overwhelming.
Phantasm.
Phantasm powder. Yeah.
And God.
I think everything we've had here is good.
But this, I tried to
Yeah.
go separately with the chicken and then the soft. It flowed. Everything flowed really well.
Yep. But we like to.
I need a nap now, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's because you're old. Anyway, I can throw it back at him.
3 hour time.
Hi, Kettle. This is Pot. You're black.
No, I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah. I think you broke him now.
Hey, here's your Prevagen.
Yeah, I'll put that up there.
All right. We got one more food pairing to finish up with.
Time for dessert.
We'll take a quick break.
I love it.
So, Tim, tell us once again where they can find you, physically, web, internet, where can they find Back Porch Brewing?
We are downtown Carlisle at 133 North Hanover Street. We're on Facebook and Instagram, Untapped. You can get us at facebook.com/Back Porch Brewing Inc. Got to put that INC in there or you get the Back Porch down in Georgia somewhere. There is another Back Porch Brewing Company.
Is there?
Yeah.
Have you had any flack from that or not?
No.
Okay.
Nope. But so we're Instagram as well, Instagram.com/Back Porch Brewing Inc. So yeah, we do a lot here. We try to keep it really happening. Do a lot of entertainment. Like I said, this weekend is Ice Fest weekend. It's a great time. Come down and see. We have over 100 businesses in downtown Carlisle that have bought ice sculptures. So it's going to be a big event, and it's always a good time.
Now, I've been up here for Ice Fest, and it's normally been kind of warm. We actually have a winter. It's going to be cold.
Yep. The weather, the extended forecast right now says 38 degrees on Friday and 36 on
So
Saturday.
it's a little warm, but it feels balmy compared to what we
Yeah.
just had.
But at least our ice sculpture shouldn't melt in the first.
Are you doing
12
shots
hours.
out of the sculpture?
No, can't do shots outside. That's a violation
Wasn't
of our license.
somebody
But
doing that down the street here?
next door? Yeah. He puts.
I didn't want to mention, but
But I will be serving canned beer out front. So for everybody that's just walking by and doesn't want to walk in, I'll sell it to you out there.
oh no, they have to come in here and get some of the food. Get the burger, the pulled pork, the flatbread. I can't wait to try what we got in front of us, and get the infringement, the blonde, and the Creekwater.
Yep.
And I forgot to mention our website.
Yeah, website
We just got a brand spanking new website just published 2 days ago, backporchbrewinginc.com. It's all AI interactive. Still working on it. Still putting a lot of different AI features in there to help save me some time, basically answering questions. And but it's mobile friendly, everything.
Yeah, and you can now order directly off of our website.
So I was getting ready to ask,
Yep.
can they order off your website,
Yep.
pick it up here, come here and eat it while they have it?
Yep.
If they put a note in there saying that it's for dine in, that we can definitely have it ready for them, or most of us take out. Just come in, pick it up,
So instead of me texting you, Tim, I can just go on your website.
order a bunch of food, and
No, I just say,
have it ready.
Tim, get us a table up front. I'm bringing 7 of us in.
Do you
And
deliver?
Throw us on some
We
burgers.
do not deliver.
I was going to ask if you deliver in Dover. Oh, well.
Might get DoorDash. That might be
DoorDash,
a while.
man.
DoorDash, yeah.
Might cost you more than the burger costs. Yeah.
But you can now subscribe to. I just started a newsletter, so you can go on our website. You can sign up for the newsletter. If you're not into the whole social media thing, I'll send messages out of new events happening, new beers coming out. So we're trying to be out there for everybody to hear what's going on.
So we may have a cobblestone road sitting up on here in your tap one time?
Yeah,
Soon?
maybe.
On your social medias, you find one is better than the other for you guys for, you know?
Honestly, they're both a pain in the ass. I
Hate it.
I used to be on social media a lot, just my personal account before I opened this brewery. And once we opened this brewery and having to do all the constant updates and social media events and notices, I absolutely hate it. It's a necessary evil. You got to have it.
Tim, I'm with you. Is any of your staff young enough they're on social media?
Caitlin, the other brewer, she helps with all the graphics.
I was going to say, put them in charge of it. Let them do some TikTok videos, reels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That may help. If you let them do it, now the gentleman that was at my one tech, he left in July. He was my young guy. He was my TikToker. A couple of his videos got millions of views. They were 10, 15 seconds long.
Yeah.
Ask them if they would like to do that.
Yeah.
Put them as an admin on your social media platforms and let them do reels. It's another avenue. It's less thing off you have to worry about.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. Let them do it. They live on their phone. It doesn't take them long to come in and do a video.
Yeah.
I was just at the conferences we do 3 back-to-back, and each one of them has a meeting for the social media. Just trying to, and right now they're saying Instagram's one of the better ones. Even, I guess it's making its way forward of the bunch. You know. LinkedIn, for all the work environment, but they said that the Instagram was coming.
Yeah,
And I didn't know if anybody noticed the difference.
Is TikTok still around? 'Cause
It is.
It is.
They
I
thought
shut
that
it
was
off
gone
For
away.
now,
No,
turned
they
it back
did.
on.
they got
it went dark for 12 hours, I think.
12
and
hours,
back
and
they
up.
got
got
an
some
extension.
75-day extension
somebody that there?
or something like that.
No, they were doing the Trump dance.
Yeah.
All right.
Ethan, anything you want to add to
No, Tim pretty much covered it all. Just what you guys have in front of you now is our last one. So
So-
It smells pretty darn good. I gotta
what's your
say that.
future look like for? You got any ideas brewing in your head for new recipes for beer or new recipes for
new
the
recipes
menu?
are always on the forethought there. Always coming up with. We just put out a spicy clucker sandwich. What, about a month ago?
What'd you say? A spicy fucker?
Spicy fucker. Spicy clucker. Yeah.
It's like a buffalo chicken wing.
No, so it's a fried chicken breast with that pork sauce that you had, jalapenos, onions, chopped lettuce.
Okay.
And it's very, very good.
We wanted to name it the Spicy Cock, but we thought that might not go over very
I
well.
wanted to
Wow.
yeah, the other chef was like, maybe we shouldn't do that.
You might get one party to order that then more than the other.
Hey, you want people in here? I would have named it Spicy Cock. It might have not been for the reasons you wanted them here, but
Might not be who he wants.
I mean, we try to keep it fun here. We do. It's, I
We have
think
2
most
wings.
of the staff. And
We have a dry rub called Rub Me the Right Way. My father-in-law makes that rub. And then we have a jerk till I cream, which is jerk and ranch. So we just have fun with it.
yeah.
and you also have trivia nights. Are you still doing trivia nights
Yep.
here?
Every Thursday we do trivia. Wednesdays we do a lot of different things. Every other Wednesday we do music bingo. If you've never played music bingo, it is absolutely a great time.
Yeah.
And ours is very different. We actually have a musician, Colby Dove,
can do that.
and he actually plays the whole song himself on stage, while we're playing the bingo, and it's a really good time. And then
Yeah,
on
right up
the
your alley, Dave.
on the off 2 Wednesdays, we do a specific type of trivia. Like last month, we did dirty trivia, and it was absolutely hilarious. I mean,
it's
some
a lot
of the
of fun.
questions that he come up with, oh my
I'm
god!
in for that.
And it was definitely adult only. So we want to emphasize that, and I put
All
it
right,
out
I'm
there.
out.
but-
I'm
I was
not
gonna say.
an adult. I'm out.
and then like this Wednesday, we have comedy night. So one Wednesday a month we do a comedy night, and then you have 4 comedians, and then they open it up to an open mic. So if you want to try your hand at comedy, come on out.
Oh boy.
Don't tempt me. Hey, you also got swag here because I come in here. I already had my shirt on. My Back Porch shirt. But I had a different hat on. You said you need to have a Back Porch hat on, so you gave me a hat.
Yep.
So come get your swag here at Back Porch. We've had a great time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
man,
the
this
food's
has
been
been
great.
great.
The beer pairings are good.
Yep.
Ben, my middle son, sitting here for the first time. What do you think?
It has been very enjoyable and fun to sit here and talk with you guys, to know your story, to taste your creations, Ethan, and know your culinary background, and to have that palate taste of the food and beer behind it. And it's just been excellent time
Yeah.
and enjoyable.
Ditto.
Any last comments there, Mr.
No,
Kevin?
thank you. It's more than appreciated. This is very nice.
Dave?
I enjoyed it. The beer was good, and the food was excellent. I mean,
the beer was
and the thing of it is I've been to a few of these and been to a couple of them where it just they just threw a beer with this and said, "Here's our pairing." And
That's our job.
what's
We're
that?
supposed to kind of give them the guidelines, but they gave us the guidelines.
Well, they gave us the guidelines.
They did
but
very well. Yeah.
But we've had people that have actually said, "This is our beer. This is what we put with it," and it didn't match. And and it's not going to match with everyone.
No, everybody's palate's
everybody's
different.
palate is different.
Like somebody come in and we're at NA beer and they'll drink out with everything. Like me,
Yeah.
I'll drink
Any
barrel
beer with
age or whatever. I don't
anything.
care.
He'll drink any beer with anything.
All I know is that fan is blowing that smell right to me, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to dig in.
All right. So this has been awesome, Tim. I'm glad we've got to know each other a lot better since we've had you on. I've always enjoyed my time when I come up here to Carlisle and visit you guys. So we got one more sitting in front of us. What is it, Ethan?
So these are our funnel cake fries. They're tossed in a cinnamon sugar and then hit with a just a nice glaze on top of it, and we paired that with their chocolate porter.
Chocolate porter. So before we get out of here, let's all try a
Just
fry.
dip it right in there.
Yeah.
So do a dip.
Yeah, you want to dip it? All right.
Wow,
That's all I'm
It
on.
does. Tastes like funnel cake.
that's
Yep.
fucking awesome.
That's kind of cool.
So,
Yeah, and just that little bit of cinnamon on there too, just kind of sets it apart from just your average funnel cake that you get, the fair or whatever.
Well, agree. This is a dipping funnel cake stick now. Seeing my
There
dad
you
do
go.
it, and I'm
That's
like,
pretty goddamn good.
that is
Yeah.
a great combination.
That chocolateness of that
Yeah, just that
accentuates.
maltiness.
It just accentuates all the sweetness coming out of that funnel cake fry.
I mean, I locked it in for you. It's a penny a dip for me. I mean,
You know what? You may be able to get this down to a dipping sauce. Can you
reduce it down.
Can you
Yeah.
reduce that down to a dipping
Maybe,
sauce?
Maybe. Yeah.
Be an alcoholic
We-
dipping sauce.
We use the infringement in our beer cheese, so I'm sure I could come up with something that uses this chocolate porter.
Oh, that is phenomenal. So if you're up here again, just to reiterate, the burger with the infringement, the pork sandwich with the blonde ale,
Yep.
Bessie's. We're going to do the flatbread pizza with
The
the
Creekwater.
Creekwater, and then you definitely come and get the stout with the funnel fries. So right there, you got 4 beers. You come in here. You don't have to leave hungry or thirsty. Just make sure you have a DD when you leave. And Mr. Tim, thank you very much. Ethan,
Thank
it's been
you.
a pleasure to have you on here. We're going to raise a glass and get out of here. So let's raise a glass with Back Porch Brewing and the CPP. And if you're out there, let's all
Be bonded by beer. Cheers.